right. Probably the topic that I'm most interested in right now. I just bought a PS4.
Okay.
I know that I'm very, very excited for what's coming down the pipe.
Yes.
I'm interested in your opinions. The December video game rush is going to be huge. It is going to be something that people spend millions of dollars on.
I think this is the year for the system now. I really do.
I agree.
Like, it came out a year ago or so, and
it needed
this is the year.
It needed some time to simmer.
Yeah.
It needed some time to get all the games that are part of
Parents
the
had to
old
save their
console.
money, you know?
Yeah.
Couldn't do it that year, but we're going to do it this year.
How many PlayStations have been sold to date? Does anyone know?
Statistically, right now, I think it was. I think it was
the margin
10
of
million
error.
units. That was an old statistic. That was from like 6 months ago. So I think it's probably far more now.
Brandon,
Yes.
you own quite a few what I'm going to call AAA titles for the system.
I would agree. Yeah.
What's your next purchase? What's the game that you're going to buy and be okay spending $60?
It's going to be Arkham Knight all the way.
that was so quick. I was like Arkham Knight. It was, I don't know if you're familiar with Batman.
Yeah, it's going to be Arkham Knight. I played the other two, which you remember the title names for those. I do not, because I remember nothing.
Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
And Arkham City.
That's correct, yeah. Arkham Knight is where I'm going to spend my $60 on, and I wholeheartedly know that this game's going to be amazing. So.
Rocksteady,
yes.
I believe. Is that the name of that company?
It's the game developer, yeah.
The game developer who makes that game. They made the first two. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the voice acting.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill will not be in this game, but he was in the first two.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill obviously played the Joker.
Yeah.
There's a gentleman by the name of Kevin Conroy. When I read a Batman comic book, it is his voice I hear. Okay. There you go. So he's reprising his role for the third Rocksteady game called Arkham Knight. Why are we excited about this game? Why this game?
Well, I think it's going back to the realm of the guys who created the games. This is the trilogy. There was a filler in between, which was the
Arkham Origins. It was Arkham Origins. Did you play Arkham Origins?
I did not. I did not play that.
Did you play Arkham Origins?
I played a little bit of Arkham Origins.
I beat it.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not great.
Well, that's the only reason I didn't play it was because I used you as a deciding factor.
Yeah.
So
I think I commented on it. Here's what I'm going to say about that game. It was someone who got the keys to a very cool car and almost knew how to drive it. You know what I mean? It was like your dad just left the 68 Shelby in the garage. And he's like, I'm going on the cruise, don't touch my car.
Yeah.
By the way, here are the keys.
Yeah.
Bueller?
Yeah.
Bueller.
I think so.
Exactly.
Bueller?
And they just didn't deliver.
Yeah.
And I think they got a little lazy.
Yeah.
Here's why I say that. I think you're going to agree with me. The map was like they just picked up some of the old stuff right from Arkham City and just used it. Like you played just through.
There wasn't a lot of work involved. It was very lackluster. It was very,
no one knew how to drive that car like Rocksteady, and that will be my final point on that one.
Yeah, there was a reason why.
But Arkham Knight is made by Rocksteady. All the voice actors are going to be the same. Interesting fact:
minus what's his face?
Minus Mark Hamill. Kevin Conroy did not do the voice for Arkham Origins. It was another gentleman. I believe his name was Troy Baker. He's an amazing voice actor, but he wasn't Kevin Conroy. And I think to me that was like, for the true fans, that was like a telltale. Like, what? So that was the canary in the coal mine. People were like, something ain't right with this.
Yeah.
And he's back for this one, and I couldn't be more excited about it. Here's what I'm most excited about it: the Batmobile.
And all the different shapes and sizes.
Talk to me. Think about this. They had to completely re-engineer the map because now those roads have to be driven in. Yeah. Not only are you going to be soaring through the clouds, as a glider, the Batman glider system, but you're going to. The roads are practical. Here's the one thing I'm going to say about this game, and then I'd like to know your opinions on it. The season pass I thought was a little expensive. The season pass
They seem like they always are.
They always are.
Yeah.
They're getting more expensive.
Yeah.
And which is obviously to be expected. But once again, nostalgia got me.
Yeah.
So they're like, listen, you're gonna have maps, you're gonna have extra characters, and I'm like, whatever. They're like, you're gonna be able to play as multiple Batmobiles, multiple Batmobiles, which means I'm going to get to play the 1989 Tim Burton Batmobile.
So wait, they're actually going to introduce that into the game?
There's going to be a portion of the game where you're going to be able to change the skin of the Batmobile.
That's pretty badass. I'm saying that's pretty.
Here's
badass.
my money.
Yeah.
Here's my money.
Yeah, that's
you win.
pretty
You
badass.
got me. 19. That's it. I get a green again.
That's a
Again.
winning lottery ticket right there.
That
That's
is,
what
dude.
is.
It's the best. Listen, they're gonna get at least a C note out of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That,
absolutely.
What points in the game that you're interested in? I mean, what are you looking forward to in that particular franchise?
My favorite character in the Batman world, in not necessarily in the DC universe, but in Batman's
the Arkham City universe.
Arkham City universe, I guess. I'm just fascinated with Red Hood.
Oh yeah.
And he's always been my favorite. Not always, but he, as of recent, always been one of my favorite Batman characters, just because of the story behind how he was created. Being a Robin and turning into
Jason Todd. I didn't mean to. I was going to say. And what is Red Hood's name? He said without giving
Jason
the answer.
Todd.
At the same time? The second Robin.
The second Robin. I love the idea of what he has become as a character, and what he stands for, and I love the way that he looks and things like that. I'm just excited that he is going to be.
He's
a
the
playable
character that you're most excited
to play as,
as.
and that just it's an exciting thing.
What game are you most excited about?
Me
right now?
specifically,
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, a big part of me is looking forward to. You said Arkham City.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, Arkham Knight. I'm really looking forward to that game. I'm a big fan. I mean, my console is going to be in that likeness.
Yeah.
If we all had to
Bat
pick,
Station.
if we all had to pick one, I think it would be
I think so.
Arkham Knight.
Yeah, I think so.
That's I'm
However.
Later down the line, and I think they're still making it. I'm reasonably sure that this game is still coming out. It's Tom Clancy's Division. I want to take you gentlemen on a journey to about a year ago, E3. I want to say Los Angeles. A trailer was released that had a beautiful. It was a dystopian society, the plague. Your normal, everyday kind of recent apocalypse.
Yeah,
in
post-apocalyptic
video
game.
Where in a place where all games should be set, the not too distant future. And so it had that world, broken cars, that sort of thing. It's a third-person shooter.
Chaos and just revolt.
Yes, it is an RPG.
Rebellion.
It's a third-person shooter RPG, so it's got a lot of different elements to it. The thing that I think we all, like the elephant in the room when you talk about that trailer, first off, there has not been any information about that I could look up in the 30 minutes before we shot this.
Right.
That was more recent than what I'm about to talk about.
Yeah.
But the trailer, the gameplay physics.
Yes. The trailer that they showed at E3.
Yes. Can you actually kind of what am I talking about?
Okay.
What's the elephant in the room?
We all watched the same trailer, and we all got pretty excited at about the same time. And I think that others are going to agree with what I'm about to say. There is a point in the game where the physics just take over, and you kind of just lose your mind, and it's just a tiny little thing that happens in the game, and it's very subtle, but it's mind blowing and it's breaking. I think in gaming. It's about 12 minutes into the video. You're getting an idea of how the gameplay is going, and an outbreak happens where you're in a shootout with what appears to be some form of police, some form of
Another team.
That's
the
not
villain.
you. And you come up upon a vehicle that has an open door, and in any other game that you play up to now, even. You walk right around that open door and pretend like it's not there.
Your character just would have kind of pulled out a little bit and then went back in.
Right.
Because the door's static.
Because the door's static, and there's nothing you can do around that door, like an open garbage or a garbage can or something that's in the way. And in this game, your character literally closes the door as you're walking past the vehicle, and you don't move out of the path that you're taking. The character closes the door like it's nothing, and it's just mind blowing for me.
Yeah.
Okay, my first impression, I know exactly what you're talking about. When you describe it and I hear it, I think I listened to it from the mindset of someone who's not a gamer. That sounds like the most boring shit I've ever heard.
It sounds stupid.
But while you said it, like my arm was like, it was starting. And the reason why is because, like, you need to think of the physics. You need to think of the time spent on the graphics.
Right.
The physics, the sound.
Oh yeah, the sound.
If you close one door, you gotta close every door.
I believe that's written in stone somewhere. But it's the Tom Clancy. So that was like, to me, that was the aha moment and I think there was another demo when they were shooting bullets, and it wasn't the standard stat, like you shoot a bullet and then like a little picture hits the wall and it's the same picture every time. They had done something where like each one was kind of individual, and the glass, like a glass snowflake. Each one was going to be based upon the trajectory and that sort of thing.
The hub is different on that game too.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because although it is post-apocalyptic, there is this sense that these people that you're playing as, this team, the Division, has access to holographic technology.
Okay.
And so your HUD, your heads-up display, is third person. So like you're seeing what the characters see, which is really exciting. And I think they're not the first game to do that. They're not breaking any walls. I like how they're doing it.
Yeah,
I think it's
makes sense,
and I think it's a nice story note. As well. I think that's.
I think one of the things that I got from the trailer and the cinematics from the video game was the sound. And one thing that we know is sound is one of the last things that goes into a video game. It's the last part of the post-production process.
I'm glad you brought that up.
There is the sound. I mean, you can hear bullets whizzing by you. The shattering of glass. I saw there was a blowtorch going on. There's so much sound going on all at the same time, and to be able to even hear that car door just shut while everything else was going on, the sound guys definitely have it right. I mean, it really, honestly, like, I was completely brought into the game watching what was going on. And I am ready to play the game. Like, I am so ready to play that game.
When you talk about immersion in a game, you know what I mean? When you talk about just getting when you can sit there for more than 2 hours and just like, time ceases.
Oh, yeah.
The reason why I say that is because you talk about sound. I feel like sound is the redheaded stepchild.
It is.
As far as one of the tools for immersion.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Like, I think you spend like you get, this is kind of, like, you get these really world-class voice actors, and you get production studios and mo capture and photorealism and like so many micropixels to the whatever. I'm sorry, I believe that's an accurate figure. But then it's like, then you record it, but it's without sound, without like.
Well, you got to think about the Foley artists to create all those sounds. I'm sure they're using.
There's a guy out there, right?
Just recording everything. For that video game for that to happen.
Like if there's a guy who shits in a video game, there's a guy taking a shit, and there's a guy with a boom mic. And God,
what a dirty job.
And God bless him if he's an intern. Like, God bless him.
Like, we don't need a fluffer for this shoot, but we need a boom mic guy for this.
Yeah, you bring in the you bring in the ringer for that. Professional.
Gotta love it.
So the sound is an amazing part of it. I'm just overall excited for that game.
Yeah,
I am too.
I am concerned because we have not heard anything in quite a while, and some are starting, so that goes into the traditional summer lull of video games. But that brings us right to the end of 2015. And that's when some serious games are coming.
Well, they've had time to develop for the system too, for what they're trying to do.
Yes,
they know the system now. A year ago, they didn't know the system. They went into it kind of blind.
Here's what I'll say on this. I would rather them take their time and keep delaying the game than to rush it and bring me something like don't bring me a bad Rainbow Six. Don't do it, Tom Clancy.
Do it. Call of Duty has made that mistake on multiple
occasions. That goes to the whole thing about being a seasonal game and an annual. And this, I'm not necessarily a fan of that.
But call that a seasonal game. I would call Call of Duty.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely. Well, season. But what I'm saying is,
I agree.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that there's always another one down the pipe.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I'm worried. I'm worried about first person fatigue. I think it's going to come. I think with the next set of gaming innovations, like I don't know what the next set of gaming innovations are going to be, but I think people are going to start getting tired of the first-person shooter.
No, I agree.
I think there'll always be a place for it.
You know,
Well, I think they need new stories and stuff like that. It's becoming the same song and dance every single time, same shooter. But I think it has to be story driven. I really do.
This virtual gaming is really starting to take off.
Oh yeah.
As much as I dislike
I don't want to dwell. I don't want to because that's another episode that I'm
right, but
Yeah.
it is
super passionate about.
I hate it,
Yeah.
but it is. man.
Listen, said well, you need to get on board because the release
I've been doing like Morpheus and
the release date from we're not getting into this, but I will say this is that the release date for Morpheus has just been set, as has
They have a price on that?
not on the blurb that I read, but also the company Facebook's piece, the Oculus Rift, the Crystal Cove edition.
Yeah.
So that before we go any further, I believe we covered Batman.
Yeah.
We covered
The Division.
The Division.
What game are you anticipating right now? What is your
Although foreshadowing tells that I'm going to be talking about Battlefront. As much as I'd love to talk about Battlefront, I am a massive, and I'm just ridiculously in love with the NBA 2K series.
So when is Battlefront coming out? I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Yeah,
But I think when
the
I'm like
floor's
sport
on the
game.
line.
Yeah, the play. Sir, I grant you the floor.
Listen,
Joke done.
listen, 2K, the first NBA 2K game I ever bought was, I think it was NBA 2K9 or something like that. Kobe Bryant was on the cover.
Okay.
It wasn't.
You sure it wasn't a bottle of Sprite? Because he was on a lot of those. You're like, this Sprite plays
Speaking
great.
of which-
Look at the graphics of the Sprites.
That being said, LeBron has his own flavor of Sprite now.
Does
He does. It's called the King.
Is it
Seriously?
called-
Yeah, I think is what it was called. I saw
That is
a
unbelievable.
commercial for it while I was watching.
Listen,
one
I
of
got
the-
That is
three jokes for that. They're all inappropriate. Moving on.
Yeah.
Anywho, no, the first game I ever played, the first 2K game I ever played, I think it was on PS2 or something, maybe PS3. It wasn't a very good game, and I kind of strayed away from
Basketball
it.
game, right?
It was a basketball.
I apologize. That's how outside of Madden. That's how far I am.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that I don't want to go in there.
I got you. The latest 2 games or so that have come out have just, in my opinion, been outstanding.
Does 2K make a game every year?
2K, yeah, 2K also makes WWE games.
Yes,
as
yes,
well.
I am aware of that.
They do make a 2K basketball game every year.
Okay.
They're going to put NBA Live back into bankruptcy. I don't know why they decided to come out. The last 2 NBA Live games have been atrocious. They've been very bad. But 2K takes it to another level. I love the visuals in 2K they're outstanding.
Who's producing that game? Like 2K.
I think 2K is the company.
2K is the
Okay, it's 2K Sports.
Yeah.
It's their NBA game.
Yeah.
There's no one. I mean, like, is EA
No,
affiliated
EA is not
with
a
that?
part of that.
That's not. Okay, that's not
EA
part of
is
that.
NBA Live.
Okay. All right. So, are there 2 games? Are there 2 basketball games coming out?
Yeah.
Do we know which one is?
I don't know if NBA Live is going to do it again.
You never know.
And that's the
try.
EA
You
game.
never know.
That's the EA game.
They'll
Okay.
try, but it won't be
Yeah.
as good.
Okay.
No.
And those both annual games? Are those games that come out?
Yes.
They both come out.
NBA
Let's say in the last 2 years.
NBA Live has done the last 2 years. They stopped on PS3 because they were bad.
So the licensing for the NBA is given to 2 separate companies. That's interesting because you
Yeah,
don't
is.
get that too often.
Yeah.
And it used to be for football as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
Same thing,
yes, yeah.
They did hockey and they did a bunch of different sports.
Yeah, they
Once
still
upon a
hockey
time,
on
it was like college and pro.
Yeah.
Like you would give
Yeah,
like
2K used to be college.
yeah,
yeah.
and then you would give like the other one to
The pros.
So everyone, NBA to the pros.
Listen,
Or, I'm
you
sorry,
guys are gonna make more
yeah.
money. We'll do you instead.
Yeah.
You know, you guys got better games.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
All right, is there something specific that you can explain to me, being a complete novice in sport games, that I need to buy this copy? Like this copy is crucial.
This next coming copy?
Yes, is it annual? So it's
2K16.
26. Yes, those numbers. There you go. What is it about? Is there a new engine? Is there something of note that you can think of that is going to make me spend $60 on this game.
If you're not
In Moby We Trust.
in
BMO. Damn it! In BMO We Trust. Focus.
There isn't anything specifically that I can point out about this game because the game to me in whole is a very good game.
It's just a package.
It is, and if you're not a sports fan, if you don't follow basketball, you don't buy the game. You really don't.
No.
I buy the game because I love following stats and I love following the game and I love to reinterpret the game in my.
Does the
own
game have
form.
like that meta aspect to it, or like where you're doing stats and you're doing like
There is, yeah.
Yeah, you can play it. It'll play without. Yeah.
I play the game.
The franchise modes and all that stuff.
I want to get double doubles, and double doubles when you put double digits in two different categories. So double rebounds, double points, things like that. I dig that, and that's what I'm all about. And they cover it very well, and it's very realistic.
Yeah.
Here's the last question I'm going to ask you. Can me and Brandon play it? And by that I mean no. Okay, and here's why I
Can you
say
play
Is
it
it a
and
game
enjoy
for
it?
everybody?
yes.
Here's
Is it
why-
a game
here's why you guys can
for,
play it and
for
enjoy it.
Urbana?
Yeah.
Is it a game for Urbana?
2K has done a very good job as of late with adding a story mode into the game.
Okay.
Okay, you can play as your own created character.
Okay.
Are you serious?
You can. You
That's
start
cool.
off from the streets.
That's cool.
Bullshit.
I swear to you. You start off from the streets.
It's awesome.
and
Is there a
it's-
demo?
You can go play it in my room right now.
I'm gonna.
But-
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the round ends. My name is Philip Diaz. I may not have been serious about that, but we are getting short on time. We're gonna come back to it in just 1 second. I want to thank you. In BMO We Trust.